Welcome to another episode of the Tea Thursday. It's your Wellness Live chicks. You got Shireen Simon. You got Giovanni Ford. Y'all, it's the Healthy Habits and Lifestyle Coach, Giovanni, and I help those with endometriosis and polycystic ovary syndrome reduce chronic pain, eliminate stress, and minimize irregular or heavy periods. How? Through holistic coaching. Man, y'all come vibe with me. What's up, Shireen?
What up, Giovanni? I apologize to everyone because we are late because I am late. So I just want to let everybody know I was all over the city today. Oh, can you hear me okay?
I hear you.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was all over the city today. So I had to roll up in here
Were
with like
you
3 minutes.
all in the city standing on business though?
Always.
Then ain't no need to apologize.
Always. Always, always, always. So yeah, I held us up. Then I got here and to turn on the switch doesn't just work like that. So my camera's doing some weird things. So if you see my camera moving, I don't even know how I turn this feature on. It does it like it does its own thing.
Don't get me motion sickness-ring. It's staying
Oh,
right where it's at. Let's just don't give me too
I
much.
just
But
hope it doesn't zoom in so you are like focused on my pores because it does that. So I was trying to stop that. Anyhow, I'm also going to try to look at the camera, but I'm also looking at the television, which is right beside. So if my eyes look shifty, anyhow, it's your girl Shireen Simon. All kinds of apologies. Founder of blackprint.com. That's where you can get your health and beauty and soon to be fashion as well as the host of Voices and Vibes podcast, where we interview Black owned businesses to understand their experiences and just celebrate and amplify their voice. And the owner of Perspective Studio Productions, where I am live and direct, rolling up because it doesn't make sense to be doing this if I'm not up in the studio. Although, occasionally I won't be here. But we in the studio today, and I'm ready.
let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Oh, did I say I was the host of the Empire Place and Power Lives podcast?
I don't
Where
know.
yesterday's episode that dropped was my first international guest,
Ooh.
Coach Sam, transformation coach, living
Ooh.
happily with adenomyosis. Man, that
Love
was
it.
so dope. That was her first podcast. She sent an email today and said she absolutely had a great time and she can't wait to do more and even come back to the Empire Place and Empire Lives podcast. So
That's
that's
awesome.
gonna go into our conversation for tonight. So I'll stop it right there. Shireen, check us in, baby.
Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. We are
You
not
got your tea?
perfect. Girl, I went home to get my cup. I ain't gonna do that. I went home to get my cup. I took a nap. I got up, said I'm gonna head out to the studio, run errands and head out to the studio. I left that cup. I did not have time to drive through. I got my water.
I'm with you on that. I
I got
got
the I
green
got the
tea.
pre-tea.
I got green tea.
I'm gonna cheers this way. Bang. Listen, I'm here and I got water.
Oh my goodness.
And I
So I'm
actually
trying
had
this new thing.
hmm,
They're saying take the herbs as is. Don't add any sweetener.
yeah,
Oof.
always.
Yeah. Yeah.
Miss Raw, Miss Raw. Why is this the
Yeah.
thing?
They got something called raw honey.
That part.
They got something called raw and unfiltered organic honey.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I'm
Oh,
definitely
there we go. There we go.
drinking the tea without the sweetener. Check us in. Oh, camera's moving.
I told you
Camera's
I
moving.
can't control it. Oh, close your
Check.
eyes so you don't get motion sickness.
Oh, come on. What you doing? Trying to shuffle us up for poker?
No,
Oh my
we
God.
done.
You
We
just
done. We
trying to
done.
move the camera, Shireen.
I am not. I had to pick it up. All right, let's do this.
Let's get it.
Ready?
Oh God. Yes. Is it blitz? Let me get me a pencil.
If it's something that we read recently, I'm not gonna include it. Okay.
Okay.
Got rid of that one. Um, just we gotta get it going. We late. Uh, okay, fine. What's currently getting in the way of your self care practice? Which is I like that because we are on Herbal Tea Thursday, and Excuse me. We need to be taking care of
Mm.
ourselves.
Yeah, we do. We definitely need to take care of ourselves. I would say what's getting in the way of my self-care practice is
Mm-hmm.
that I am locked in right now 30
Mm-hmm.
day 90 days with a business coach, and I just want to be able to maximize this experience and really get my business on and popping. Like it's all gas, no brakes, because I have this expertise, this strategist, this systematic thing in place. And that with this raw journey, like my focus and everything is just like go, 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 go. And it's not a lot
Mm-hmm.
of get into bed so you can get your 7 to 9 hours of sleep. It's like I'm thinking, I'm ready to do, it's going, it's flowing. You have that same vibe sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to just stop something when you're in a groove and you're making stuff happen. So I would
Yeah.
say making the time to prioritize when to shut stuff down and when to bring it back. So that is what's been stopping me because I've been standing and running on business nonstop. So hit me with yours, Shireen, but not literally.
The camera would move if I tried to. So, I have a question for you on that, but I'm gonna ask you. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you a question. So, you are in go mode. Are you giving yourself enough grace? Are you getting enough rest?
Oh,
Because even though you're standing on business, the question is what's currently getting in the way of your self care practice? Wait, I didn't even see the comments. Oh shoot, I'm on the wrong screen. Oh, there ain't no
I'm
comment.
yeah.
How presumptuous of me. Where the comments at? There ain't no comments. That's just you listen. I am manifesting comments every Thursday from the get, late or not. Um, you're standing on business, but
I
don't
am
you?
giving myself grace to a certain
Don't,
degree. I definitely am. When I'm not getting the sleep that I need, I still feel
okay.
good, and I know how to take those moments of stillness or a power nap. Getting power naps, those things give you some good power. But being able to say, you know what, this didn't get done, but I still have more time to get this done on another day, or this was a deadline for today.
Mm-hmm.
If we not ready to make that happen today and we need until tomorrow, or it was supposed to be done Wednesday and now it's not going to get done till Friday, it'll get done on Friday when we're ready to address it and be as creative and ready to focus on it as possible. So I do feel like I'm giving myself grace, but sometimes I know that my time management and time blocking isn't as key. Had that been
As
good and
yet,
in place,
as yet.
then yes, as of yet, then I know all of these other things will kind of work its way out. And then you know how we are with lists. I haven't been writing the list out. I've been keeping it. And so when you keep a list
Mm,
up here, it takes away your bandwidth of being able to do it exactly what you need to do because you're trying to remember everything instead of writing it down or typing it out on a notepad and getting it going. So these are things that have been stopping me from being able to go full throttle on my self-care practice. Go, Shireen. I'm waiting.
don't worry, I got the same one as you. Um, standing on business. I need to get into the gym.
Mm.
I think I'm trying to get a little bit. I'm not trying. I believe I am getting better. I got you. I got me. I am getting better at getting more rest. Right.
Mhm.
Today I was going from ridiculously early in the morning, and
It wasn't ridiculous. It was right on time to get
it
you
was
where
right
you
on
need to
time.
to do
Thank
what
you
you
for
need to
that.
do.
Thank you. And I popped in to take a nap, and I appreciate naps. So
Mm.
I'm getting the rest when I need it. Sometimes, even though I look pretty tired right now, um, but
Give yourself grace because I didn't see tired when I looked at you.
oh, mercy buckets. But the movement part is the next task, priority. So I'm being more intentional about eating. Um, most times, not all the time, but most times I'm trying. I'm doing um, the movement part, the exercise, and I know it. I'm craving. I've even dreamt that I've been in the gym. So if my subconscious mind and the spiritual world has me working out, like working out in the gym, I just need to do it when my eyes are open. So, so I
My
plan
question
on
for
doing
you,
it.
since you had a
Mhm.
question for me on that, what would help you or hold yourself accountable for starting the movement and then keeping it going? What do you think would be beneficial and very supportive for you?
The reason we're in alignment is because we got the same issues. We got the same. Throw it on a calendar and stick to it. Putting that on a calendar. I do live by my calendar. So putting it on the calendar would put that as a priority for me. Um, and even if I'm in the mids of the mids, that means stop what I'm doing because I'm about to ruin the image and styles that I'm used to. I need to get to the gym. Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank
We
you.
do have two more.
You want to go with them?
We'll go quick. This will be the. Uh, all right. This one's cool, but I can't do this one. Yeah, I can. Okay. Send a text to a friend, letting them know you appreciate them. Go. No, that means right now. Oh, the other one. We only had one more. All right. I'm gonna do it from my laptop. One person, Giovanni, not 10 people, not two people, one person.
Oh, you did you? Okay,
Put that phone down.
it's down.
If I see that in the chat, because I
What's
was
gonna
gonna say
happen? You
yes,
so y'all not my friends?
yes, but I knew you were gonna go into the chat, so I wanted
How
you
you
to.
knew?
Let me open this chat.
Just get yours in. So, y'all, while Shireen is doing what she's doing to make sure I was doing what I was doing
It's not
by
in the
telling
chat.
people I appreciate them, I want you to make sure you are subscribed to our channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, slide over to YouTube, Forward
Mhm.
Vibrations 2347
It's
or
there.
Black.com. Subscribe, turn that notification bell on. Know that you are not only supporting Black owned businesses, but you're also supporting Black podcasters. All right. So thank y'all for the support. Thank y'all for pulling up each and every Thursday. And
I didn't hear it.
if it's your,
Oh, I heard it.
if it's
You
your
said black
first time,
podcaster.
welcome to the Herbal Tea Thursday vibes, where we're all about wellness
Mhm.
and business.
What's our wellness win for the week?
You did your what? I thought you had another card. I was just doing that while
Oh
you were
no,
going through as the
no.
teacher grading. No, that was the last one. Wellness
Yeah,
to
yeah.
win, baby. Wellness win. My wellness win. Ooh, 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 wee. My wellness win was having this delicious
Mm.
collard green wrap my mama made the other day. It was my
Mm.
first time having raw collards. That wrap was so motherfucking good.
Oh, it
And she
wasn't
made
bitter.
avocado. Shereen, when I tell you that thing was good, it was good. Okay.
Oh
And
wow.
she had this avocado sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. And I know she threw some sriracha in it because it had like a little kick to the end. That
Mm-hmm.
thing was so good when she made it. And I ate that thing. Oh God, it was good. And she made that Monday. And then I ate the rest of the sauce yesterday with some carrot chips. You know, like the little carrots that look like the chips with the little,
Mm-hmm.
like it's the ruffles carrot chips with the little ridges in the carrots. I finished that sauce off yesterday. That's the wellness win, baby. The raw collard wrap was on point for that good raw journey creativity that happened. It was so, so good. And that sauce was busting too. So that's my wellness win. What you got?
I have no idea, and I was thinking about this earlier.
Oh my
Okay, what's
goodness.
our wellness?
Y'all, while Shireen's making her thoughts, y'all tap
Drop
y'all
it
wellness
yours in the
win because
chat.
you already know it ain't about just us winning. It's about you winning too, baby. Drop it in the chat. Go ahead, Shireen.
Okay, hold on. Let me think. Today's Thursday. Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else, but I'm gonna leave that till you ready. I thought about you saying something. Okay, let me see. Monday, Tuesday,
for a
Wednesday.
wellness
You,
win?
okay. My wellness win is this a wellness win? Investing in myself. I don't know if that's a wellness win. That's not a wellness win. No,
How
it's
did
not.
you invest in yourself? That's is it did it have anything to
Yeah,
do
it's
with your
not.
well-being? Because wellness it has so many
Well,
different dimensions. And
give me a peace of mind.
there is a financial piece of wellness. So
Yeah,
if you want to go with that, it definitely qualifies.
give me a peace of mind. But you know what? No, we're not gonna go with that.
Okay.
I would
Lost
just
that.
say, yeah. Okay, I know there was something because I was focused on something. Honestly, I think it's the wellness win of just remembering to take my vitamins, um, in that sense, in the morning, and allowing me to get more out of my day because of that, because I have more energy, right? So that is a priority for me to get those nutrients in, um, and just really trying to intentionally be um, consistent with that, even though I missed today. Because I thought about it so many times. Well, maybe twice, but I have been more consistent with the vitamins, and I feel different when I do that, right? So I would say that, and just acknowledging that. So if you do something, it might seem so small, but if you can identify the benefits from how you personally feel when you do something like that, then you can also identify the impact it will have on you. And for me, it assists with my energy level throughout the day, especially because we're on go mode. Hmm. Hmm. That's me,
We are
boo.
on go mode.
That's me.
I like it.
Hmm.
I like it. I accept that win. Hadn't seen no wins in the chat yet, but they
Hmm.
should be coming. And if you're not watching this live, we still want to see your wins. We still care about your wins. So make sure when you do see this, you drop your wellness wins in the
Yeah.
comments because you deserve to shout yourself out too
And we want to
and acknowledge
celebrate your
your
wins
wins
too.
every single day. Another
Hmm.
day, making it through the way life be lifing is a
Hmm.
win. So make sure
Yeah.
you get your win in. All right, let's get that in on that talking show.
Before
Ring
you
on that talking.
start talking, do you see the number of people? Like we're talking anyways, but do you see the number of people on your screen that are in the
I
chat?
probably do because I'm the one who's hosting today.
Oh, I thought
And so
I
when you
could
don't
always see it
host, you don't
regardless.
get that back studio
Really?
access to see that.
Really? This is the first time I'm noticing this.
Very much so. So let's get into the topic today.
Okay, fine. I thought I could, but all right, if you say so, I take
Nah,
your word for
you
it.
can't. I couldn't do
Hmm.
it last week either. I just went running. I just
Mm.
ran with it.
Oh, this is the first time I'm noticing that. All right, okay, okay. All right, girl, what we talking about today?
Girl, you already know what we talking about. That inspo.
Mm,
That inspo.
mhm,
We talking about that inspo. You ready?
I'm
Because you
ready.
really kind of was like, I don't know, Giovanni. I'm not quite sure. But you got up one morning this week and you just felt inspired and you just knocked a whole bunch of stuff out. Like just got a whole bunch of tasks knocked out. And you said, you know what? I mean, I guess I'm just inspired and I'm just doing so much. And we were like, whoa, it was like paragraph after paragraph after paragraph, a whole bunch of stuff that just got done. I was like, somebody's still standing on business with all of that inspiration. So I was like, okay, I'm with it. I'm with it. So we talking today. Where do you pull inspiration
Inspiration from.
from? Ooh, what's up, Shakizi?
I
We
started
got
working out
Shakia in the
2 minutes.
building. So she started working out for 30
I
minutes
love that.
today and felt great afterwards. You deserve to feel great every day,
You
Shakizi.
go,
You deserve
girl.
to feel good every single day. And I know your body
Mhm.
appreciated the movement that you were able to do today. And I'm so proud of that smoothie. You got to tell me what all was in that smoothie. And I'm excited for you to be letting go of the weight that doesn't deserve to be on you. And that's what I'm
Mhm.
going to say, because it could be physical, it could be emotional, it could be
Mhm.
financial. So I'm going to say that weight is you really detoxing and shedding and getting off the weight that doesn't deserve your strength to be carrying day after day. So I appreciate you for dropping your wellness win. Let me know what was all in that smoothie, because you know the juice with the 4 vibe. Stay on lock. Shireen,
Mhm.
that inspiration, baby.
I don't know, like, um, for me, having the studio, I need to it's a new venture.
Mm-hmm.
So, they always say you gotta work on the business and in the business, and I've been doing a lot of in the business. A lot of troubleshooting and things like that, that has had me, like, off of social media for maybe the last 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, just because 'cause I've been in my car. I've been recording, but there's been no time to get the content out, right? Um, and so I really just took some time to sit down and think about strategy and how I'm going to get people in here. We've had some bookings. I haven't even been able to join all of my coaching calls, right? Like, really tune in to recommendations. Um, but I sat down and talked to myself and a couple other folks and my chat GPTs, the people on my team on the chat GPTs. And I felt very inspired with new ideas of what I can do here. And I do pull my inspiration from different things. For me, I have multiple brands. So I have a brand that I started, blackprint.com, a few years ago, that has not been able to get my attention. And then I have this, and then I have my podcast, but they all interlock within each other. Um, but for me, I can pull inspiration from a song. I could be in the car and I could be rocking with a song, and I get a vision of what I want to execute. And for me, I had to really think, what can I do in here? Someone said to me, "You're everywhere. You're going to this, you're going to that. You need to do your own stuff as well." Um, so I had to get creative. And we came up with a couple of things that I really like. And also I've been asked specifically for a couple of things, right? From multiple people, multiple organizations. So just feeling inspired to like get started um, on the business as opposed to in the business, and that's really the strategy. And when your head's down and you're focused, sometimes you forget to pull back. I pull a lot of. I'll just answer this last part and hand you the mic. But sometimes when I'm resting is really when I get inspired. So when I'm in the shower and that water, I'm a water child, I'm a water baby, that water is coming down, I get inspired and ideas literally come flooding to me. Literally come flooding to me. And I'm so grateful. Uh, uh, if I go to big bodies of water when I need to reset, ideas come flooding to me. And if you talked about shutting down your brain, I shut down my brain with the sounds and the frequencies of water sounds, the ocean. And sometimes I get migraines a lot, I put on those ocean sounds and I get ideas flooding towards me. So that fluid, I don't know if fluidity is a word, but those ideas and the inspiration, they come
Fluidity.
from fluidity. Yeah, fluidity. The inspiration come from different spaces. Um, but I think water sources is one, rest is another for me. And then I go. How about yourself?
I love it. First, before we tap into it, I love that your restoration practices allows you to get inspiration, and that's a beautiful
Absolutely.
thing. Because a lot of times people don't take, and I always call like showers and baths spa time. A lot of times people
Mm,
don't take that moment to really connect. This, I gotta hurry up and get ready for the day, or I'm rushing because I gotta go do this, or I gotta go do that, and they don't take that time once they're cleansing their actual physical body to cleanse
mhm,
their thoughts, to recognize their anxieties, their stressors. And I think it was a podcast episode with my Lyra where she talked about letting that shower be the place to allow all your worries, your fears, your
Exactly.
anxieties wash straight into the drain and offer you in a way and let it go. And
Absolutely.
so when you really start looking at, and it could be a spiritual thing, but when you really start
Mhm.
looking at your cleansing and things that you're doing for restoration, it's a powerful thing because you're giving it so much power when you're being present in what it is that you're doing and how you're
Absolutely.
doing it. So I like that you talked about that. I love that you talked about rest. A lot of times people don't prioritize rest. They don't think that sleep hygiene is important, and sleep hygiene just really has a way of like being a part of your healing, and
Mhm.
your creativity and being able to just function if you don't have that proper rest. One thing you did mention though was your migraines. I know you said you miss
Mm.
coaching calls. I just want to say make sure you're giving yourself grace that you can't show up so many different places, but you got to always remember to show up for you. And so at that
Mhm.
particular point in time, you might not have showed up for a coaching call, but you were showing up for you and what you needed during that time. So I just wanted to make sure you didn't have any bad feelings about not being able to show up. You're welcome, babe. So migraines, Shireen, what do you
Mhm.
think is triggering the migraines, and or how have you been able to address the migraines? Because I'm the healthy habits and lifestyle coach. You're not going to bring a symptom
This
on
is not
and
Giovanni coaching
say,
Cherie.
no, it's not. You're just not going to bring it on and then not tell people how they can solve that. Like somebody else might be saying, you know what, I suffer from migraines. So should I be listening
True.
to water waves, sound waves? Should I just be getting more rest?
Mhm. I
What
love
have you
that.
seen give yourself relief when it comes to migraines? And then we're moving because it's a wellness. It's a
No,
wellness
you're
talk
right.
too,
You're 1000% right. So obviously, food, obviously, food. Um, because usually I can pinpoint, not always. Um, if I eat something, my body reacts. I could usually pinpoint my reaction, my body reaction, because my body reacts pretty fast. But if you let it build up, so food is an obvious one. The environment, because there's so many unnatural things that are pumped into the air. So I definitely feel things from that. Those can be triggers. Um, I don't really take uh like you can take, excuse me, sorry, you can take migraine medicine. If it gets excruciating, I don't play with my brain. I will take it, but I try not to pump that into my body. So a couple of things that I've done is I've taken peppermint essential oil and put that on my pillowcase in the night. That helps. I've taken lavender. Lavender is my absolute favorite. I actually will rub the essential oil on my temples as well. Um, One thing I do immediately, if you ever see me doing this, I am rubbing the migraine off my eyeballs. So when I have a migraine and I rub my eyeballs, I can actually feel almost like tension bubbles. And I will close my eyes and I will look down so I can rub the top of my eyeball. I will look to the side so I can rub the side of my eyeball. I will look the other way, same thing, and I don't really look up to do it, right? But this usually releases some of the tension. And then water sounds. Frequency and energy is a thing. Energy is everything. Whether or not you believe in spirituality or whatever you believe in, the frequency of water is so powerful. It's like the one element that is very fluid and can change consistencies. But that water frequency, I listen on my Calm app, even if I'm not sleeping. I listen to a 26-minute one that puts me to sleep and wakes me up. And it's water sounds, but the frequency of it puts me in the deepest sleep and then it wakes me up naturally with like the sound, not naturally, but it wakes me up to the sound of birds, right? So it's a very gentle wake up. My migraines will lessen, or if I'm busy and I just turn on the water sounds in the background, I can feel the tension just alleviating. So if anybody suffers, and I suffer from migraines, You hear me, and I also wear glasses on the screen. It's a lot of the screen. The screen time kills my eyeballs. The screen time is probably the number one thing that kills my eyeballs. So we live on these social medias and put that water sound down. Put the phone down. Hmm.
Thank you, Shireen. Thank you for
Um,
just enlightening people on what it looks like for you and what has helped you. And shout out to the Calm app. I hope you realize the
I hope you
space.
sponsor this episode.
That's what I was about to say. I hope you see the value in this space that you would, want to consider sponsoring and joining us because it is a wellness live series and people are
Mhm.
benefiting from your just your existence of an app and being able to truly help people. So this segment is dedicated to calm. Make sure you realize that you
Only if they throw
belong to
dollars
it.
this way.
And exactly. Just letting you know. It could be another calm segment if you dial in. Shireen, when you talked about screen time and you talked about social media, um, it made me think about online versus just being in person. And I think sometimes when people have online businesses, when they don't have a physical storefront, they feel as though their storefront needs to be housed online and that you have to have an online presence and a strong presence and you have to feed that online audience all day every day. And it wasn't until this weekend during my VIP day that
Mhm.
when business rewired,
Mhm.
that
Shout
I
out to
realized
Laura.
that my business doesn't have to just be online. Like people
Mhm.
want me. People want to be able to vibe
Mhm.
with me. And you can only vibe with someone but so much on the computer, online. And sometimes actually being in
Mhm.
physical spaces, you get to feel that energy you were just talking about. And so it released this pressure and it inspired me in a way to say, you know what?
Mhm.
There are people and places all around me that could benefit from healthy habits and lifestyle changes. There are
Mhm.
women, there are young women that can benefit from the knowledge of understanding the power of mindset, mindful eating, and movement has with their cycles in all phases of their cycles every single month. Those
Mhm.
people don't need me to create the most interactive social media posts. They just need to be able to know that there's information out there, give them the tips, the strategies, and show how I could show up and help them. And so that
Mhm.
inspiration came from me realizing that I don't have to rely on social media and algorithms to be able to be of impact. Inspiration, it starts within. And I feel like I
Mhm.
wouldn't be the healthy habits and lifestyle coach I am. Forward Vibrations wouldn't be the brand that it is if it didn't start within me.
You.
And I needed to be on an
Mhm.
intentional healing journey. And some people don't like the word intentional, but I had to take the power in my hands to say, okay, stage 4 endometriosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome,
Mhm.
adenomyosis on the left side of my pelvic area. And then finding 2 fibroids, I had no idea those things were going on in my body until after surgery, and they went in and saw those things. And once I got that information of what was going on inside of my body, it was like, what am I going to do to try my best to prevent that from happening again? What lifestyle changes do I need to make sure I'm not feeling that debilitating pain, that I'm swerving in the
Mhm.
lane of an 18-wheeler? What am I going to do to also see all these other people that are struggling with painful periods, which is not normal, people
Mhm.
struggling with fertility, which is unfair? What am I going to do to help them while I help me? And it first started with me, that inspiration, that inner work that I needed to do for myself. And it started with how I was thinking. What are my thoughts, feelings, and beliefs? What does my relationship look like with food? How can that relationship change with food? Because relationships have the power to change and shift if you want it to. And when you're moving into a relationship that has mind body connection and you're realizing what you love and what you deserve out of life, you kind of start leaving the toxic stuff alone. You start getting tired of being in pain. You start
Yeah.
really thinking, okay, is what I'm doing helping me get to the life that I really want to live? And so that inner work for me is what is inspiring me to keep showing up visibly and vocally online, and now even more so in my classroom with my students, which are now starting to follow my channels and stuff, because what I'm doing isn't just for me. Is what I'm doing is for anybody who's had painful periods, pelvic pain, had any of
Mhm.
those chronic issues that I just spoke about, and any other chronic issues that deal with inflammation, because that just causes a lot of other things to say, guess what? You don't deserve to be in pain all the time. So if I'm inspired and empowered to change that, I want to empower you to do the same thing in hopes that my creativity, my vibe, my joy, putting my journey out there inspires you to go after the life that you want to live. So
Yeah.
I am just grateful that you hit me with that inspiration this week of knocking out all the things you were doing. Because I was like, Shireen, that's the topic for this week. It's inspiration.
You did
People make
say.
inspiration sound so thickety because you can be inspired one day and not the next day. But that don't stop your business from going. That don't stop the life that you live in. That doesn't stop the life that you're trying to lead. And it definitely doesn't stop the help and the service that you want to provide for other people while first keeping you number one in your life. And I think that's what I absolutely loved about our conversation, preparing for today's talk.
Um, so a couple of things you said, and I'm not going to remember them all, but a couple things you said, Giovanni. One, some people don't like the word intentional.
Yeah, because I mean it's overplayed because so many people talk about intentionality and what intentions are, and so some people
Who are
don't
these
really put.
people?
I don't know, people. I'm just saying. I just know
Right.
that, so I just want to caveat what it might
Yeah.
look like for other people or sound like. For me, it's showing up on purpose and doing something
Yeah.
purposeful and putting passion behind it. And so, if I understand what I'm doing, why I'm doing, and I'm doing it, then clearly it was
Mhm.
the intent. There's some intention behind it. Some people just doing the do just to be doing it though.
Well, I was thinking that, and I mean, I can't speak for people, but if the word intentional is not liked, it's really weird to hear
I ain't
that.
focused
But
on you, Shereen.
no, 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 no. What I'm saying is, if they're for someone to say that, it almost sounds like they aren't being intentional, right? Because there's a how can you not like something that can help you or that you can do on purpose, even if you don't use the word intentional, right? Like it's something that you choose to do on purpose. I think last week I said I am choosing to enjoy a certain process or something like that, right? So if someone says that, I feel like they're not being intentional. Um, I like that you're starting with yourself because you just named a list of things, of experiences, right, that women go through. Um, and just seeing you make changes for yourself, you are inspiring, right? Because then someone can say, well, look at how her energy's changed. Look at everything that she's been through. Listen to the experiences. And then you come on this high frequency naturally, right? Because you're so grateful for where you are, but you are choosing to heal yourself. You're choosing to maintain that healing, and you're choosing to let everybody else know you can do it too, right? You can do it too, right? And inflammation, we know, is like it's really what causes all kinds of disease, right? Within the body, regardless on gender or diagnosis, right? It is.
Agreed, wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, one, I think it's. I'm not even trying to play out the word. I think it's inspiring that one, you are being so intentional with yourself, but also sharing that journey and showing people how simple it can be, right? It doesn't need to be complex, right? And so regardless on who doesn't like what word, I think that's more of a projection of the lack of my opinion, right? But I think that there's inspiration in just sharing how good, like sharing joy and sharing naturally feeling good. And Giovanni, you are out here doing that, right? And what makes it even more impactful is like you're a teacher um for a very for the age that you're influencing. Sorry, you're influential is what I was going to say. That age, they can be influenced easily, right? And sometimes we don't see like vegetables as something that's influential, right? But if There's a lot of females that have had a really painful period, and whether or not they have other diagnoses, they can relate to, wait, if I just reduce my dairy, or if I just, and you don't have to be plant based, but if I just stop taking or eat less meat, right? Or I intentionally look for like the vegetables and the fruits that have seeds, the fruits that have seeds, right? Or I just consume more of it. And then I take the time to be very mindful. These are things that you, not things, they're your pillars. They're what you stand on, right? They're what you stand on. But there's a simplicity that people can resonate with if they just take the time. So you are very inspiring, Giovanni. And thank you, Shakia. Hmm.
I agree with all that what you said. But also my kids inspire me to keep going.
Love
And
that.
because I know that I'm right here in front of them and I'm in a position to be a good influence, bad influence, or just expose them to information. My sixth graders today, I asked them, one of my sixth graders, I haven't seen them all week because testing schedules was happening. And I was just like, y'all, I missed y'all. And it was like, yeah, what's been going on? How's your day been happening already? And this is the morning. How's your morning going so far, Miss Ford? And, I started going in and I was telling Jazz all about it. And then I was saying
Shout out
how
Jazz.
my
Shout
you
out to
probably heard me.
Jazz. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I was like, Jazz has been going really good. And I was like, my coach challenged me to get feedback on my anti-inflammatory guide. And I don't know about you, but inflammation causes a lot of problems. Raise your hand if you have painful periods. And they
Mhm.
paused for like 2 seconds and their hands started going up. And I was like, and that's not normal. And I said, but you can ask Adeline, because that's one of my sixth graders that do know what you eat and how you manage stress. All of that plays a part in your period. Isn't that right, Adeline? She was like, yes, that's why my mom gives me teas during my period. So,
Mhm.
she might not know it's herbal tea, but she's already being exposed to the fact that there's teas that allow her to have a better period
100%.
experience, and that she might actually have, painful periods, but her mom's not giving her over the counter medicine to help her with her painful periods. And for me to say that's not normal, like there's
Yeah.
things that you can do to start changing so that you don't always have to have a painful period. And no one told me that that was normal. And then I told them what happened to me when I was in sixth grade, thinking it was food poisoning, that I had some lasagna at school. Shout out to the country kitchen line. And the next day I didn't go to school and, I'm throwing up and stuff. I had no idea it had to do with my period being on.
Yeah.
Never associated that symptom with my period being on. And I thought it was food poisoning. And I told my mom about it that she was like, Giovanni, I remember that. And it's
Mhm.
like, as early as sixth grade, things are happening and no one's making those connections because you don't know that it's not normal. And for
Yeah.
me, I want to make sure I tell people what is normal and what is abnormal. We can go ahead and start making changes and start putting in certain habits to where we're able to start living the life that we deserve. And that's not one of pain. That's not one of discomfort. That's not one of stress. That's not one of hormonal imbalances. And it's kind of like what you talked about earlier, Shireen, the types of foods that you might be eating. That plays a part in the type of month you're in when it comes to the phases. So you
Yeah.
can't just start eating right as soon as you start bleeding. No, you needed that the week before. You
Yep.
need the fruits and vegetables the week before your period
Sometimes
came
it's
on.
the month before.
That, sometimes you just might need to do it every single day because you just don't know and you want to stay ready. You know what I'm saying? But
Testing is important, but your information, where you're starting, it's the information that's not being
mhm,
discussed, right? So you can start
agreed,
identifying, what did I what is it that I did? What is it that
agreed.
I did that is
Causing this problem.
triggering? Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
it's keeping those food diaries, or at least just a diary to say how I felt and why I felt the way I felt and what food experiences made me feel good after eating them.
And
Because
just
we know that.
to clarify for anybody listening, regardless on what your symptoms is, do that food diary, because then you can do the process of elimination. Take everything out and start putting everything back in one by one, and then see if there's a reaction, right?
And you call that a different type of relationship.
Mhm.
When you're really around someone, all the time and you need that space, it's in that space that you're able to really reflect, get to know you, connect back to you so you can figure out, okay,
Mhm.
let me breathe. Let me see how it feels to just be me. And now let me start engaging again with other things and or people and see how well we
Mhm.
align. See how
Yeah.
well it really does with my spirit, with my body.
Mhm.
Again, food is just another form of a different type of relationship, just like you have with people and you have with your life obstacles, and why resilience building is important. But we don't want to get too off the topic. We all talking about inspiration. So again,
Are
it
we? Because I
starts
think we're
on the
still talking about.
inside. It all starts on the
Listen.
inside. So we hope that you're inspired to make a better mind body connection with
Mhm.
yourself. And so that way, the things that you do find inspiring, you can go full throttle behind them without worry that you won't be able to do the things that you want to do, because you ended up doing the things that you love because you love you first.
I will say I don't think we went too far off because even though we're talking about inspiration, we are talking about it from a wellness standpoint. And we are women and we can relate to the fact that our bodies go through pain at times, and it's not normal when we get our period. I used to get period pains, and I still do. Um, when I was not like I at a young age, I was dancing, but if I wasn't dancing,
Me too.
I was surprised how painful the following month has been
Mhm.
was with my period, right? Or, I told you that I went plant-based, I went vegan for like 3 months. I was testing out if I could do it. Well, Christmas Day came and I wanted that curry goat and I only had a couple of pieces. And you best believe in January's period was excruciating because I had just cleansed my body from eating meat for 3 months, 90 days, right? So you will see the changes, right? And I just want to throw in a shameful thing here. By the way, we sell a period tea on blackprint.com. It's a yoni tea. It says a yoni tea, but it's specifically for like not specific. It is if you have period pain, and it's on sale right now. So you might just want to head over while it's still on sale and get you a bag. It works wonders. And if you bloat a lot as well, you pair that with the digestive tea. They're natural. They're herbs. Yes, I'm selling. But
As though you should. It's that part of the show.
oh, it's
Intentional cause action. So
where's the
I'm with
notes?
it.
Where's the notes on the show?
Nah,
I
you're all
don't see
right.
the
We got to
notes.
close it out after this. Go ahead. I
Oh,
love
oh,
it.
oh,
So where
okay.
do they need to go?
Blackprint.com, baby,
Okay.
blackprint.com, and you will see those teas. They are both on sale. I have them in my cart. I will finish my own transaction as well, and we will get those out to you. But you pair those two together, and you will notice it's really good for inflammation. It is really good for indigestion, but it's also good for the bloating. But that cramping, that excruciating. Sometimes I feel like, and before I even get my period, I feel like I get punched in my gut.
Mhm.
I feel like I get like, I- how do you punch so deep?
You sound like one of my coaching clients. She said she always get the knocks happening before her
Girl,
period comes. They be knocking on the
deep, like
uterus. The pain be coming.
deep.
She don't have it no more though. Get you a healthy habits and lifestyle coach. This this time
And
of
a
the month,
bag of tea.
like, it caught her by surprise. She don't even get the knocks no more. The ringing of the doorbell, letting you know I am coming through. She don't even have that anymore. So get you a healthy habits and lifestyle coach if you want to get that
And a herbal
irregular
tea.
period minimized and
And a
addressed like
herbal
it
tea,
ain't
baby.
nothing. And you
Yeah.
don't know it's irregular if you don't know what to compare it to. And I'm telling you, going through 30 minutes in one pad, that's a heavy period. That ain't regular. The bleeding that
Mhm.
much is not what it needs to be. Pain, the way Shireen just called it, that ain't regular. So that's
Mhm.
considered irregular. You shouldn't have
Yeah.
that. But
And
like she
I never,
said, black print. Oh, go ahead, Shireen.
no, I was gonna say, and I never had a heavy period. So that's interesting. Like I've had, but I don't typically have a very, very heavy. So even if you don't have heavy, but you find that you experience um excruciating pain, the
That's
first three
irregular.
days, knock right out. Like,
That's why I say irregular or heavy periods, because they're not even the
yeah,
same. They're not, they're two
yeah.
different period experiences. But y'all make sure you go to blackprint.com and
Blackprint.com.
blackprint.com and
Blackprint.com.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
blackprint.com and get the herbal teas that Shireen is suggesting. And then for me, y'all go ahead and get that anti-inflammatory guide. What
Mm-hmm.
Shireen, and it's in the description of this video. Go ahead, click the
Mm-hmm.
link, get your guide, download that guide, learn about inflammation, learn about fruits, vegetables, spices. You got 5 juice and smoothie recipes. So even if you don't know where to start your day with a juice or a smoothie and be intentional about it, getting in those fruits and those vegetables that help you have a better experience and eliminate inflammation and the pain that it could be causing you. But Shireen talked about her going plant-based and being on track for 3 months and then having that curry goat. My sister has
Mm-hmm.
adenomyosis and she was on point. She already got her guide, downloaded her guide, printed the guide out, put it on her refrigerator. She was doing good for the past 2 to 3 months. And she hasn't been
Mm-hmm.
making the best decisions. And because of that, she got ice cream, she had something else, and her PMS is a totally different experience. So she can definitely tell the power of having the right foods and managing your stress and moving does for your body. So it's I call it the M to the third degree healing formula. Mindset, mindful eating, and movement is what wonders for me. But I see it's working for other people. So go ahead and get your guide. Get that anti-inflammatory guide. Tell other people about it. Let them know they need to come click on the link and download it too. Share it with them.
Mm-hmm.
Share it with them. Share it with them. I've gotten great feedback over the guide over the past, it's Thursday, past week. People have found it
Mm-hmm.
very insightful, informative, beneficial. Not one person that said they looked at the guide and didn't learn one thing new. And
Good.
so the guide is just really there to help guide you with starting this journey for yourself. It's not the all in be all. It's just giving you something to really start with, marinate, wrap your mind around the fact that you can live an anti-inflammatory lifestyle if you want to reduce chronic pain and have minimize stress and to really get to walking and understanding the benefits like Shakia walking today or moving for
Mm-hmm.
30 minutes today made her feel great, and you deserve to feel great every single day. So go ahead and get that, guide.
Yeah. And I'll just say that I'll update the links in my on my channel for this episode so you can get directed to those two T's so you don't have to search. I know one is on the homepage, but the other one isn't. But I'll update the links there as well. But Giovanni, that dairy is no joke. I've been allergic to dairy all my life. And became it became tolerable. But girl, like last week, I had a bowl of cereal.
With real
That
milk.
Yeah, like 2% milk. That thing nearly crippled me. It woke me out of my sleep. I went to bed. It woke me out of my sleep. I had to do everything in my power not to throw up.
Girl, that sounds scary. I don't even like being in pain. Like, and I've had my 2 major pain spouts. Like, I'm not even one of those people with stage 4 endo that has pain every single day. And I'm so grateful for that. But girl, that pain is it it don't make you think about that cereal, does it?
Cereal, ice cream, those two. I actually do drink condensed milk in my coffee, and I'm good. But maybe because it's like like a little bit. But that cereal, girl, I put
Girl.
a little bit. I had a small bowl, and even with my spoon, when you used to eat cereal before,
Was the
right?
cereal worth it? Girl, I ate cereal at my desk today, but I ate it with coconut milk and I
Yeah.
had my sprouted.
No, no,
I
no.
don't even have it
Okay,
in here.
okay. But hold on.
With
When
my
you eat
sprouted thing, I
cereal,
had cereal 3 times this week,
but when you eat cereal,
but
you
it
eat
wasn't
the cereal.
processed.
Hold on. You eat the cereal
Uh-huh.
bef- before changing your lifestyle. You eat the cereal, and it just tastes so good on that spoon with a little bit of milk. And then you take the bowl that has the leftover milk and you got to drink that milk. I did not even do that because I knew I couldn't take that, but I just took and I ate with a small spoon, Giovanni. So my whole point is I consumed a very little milk on the bowl. I mean, in my spoon with this, and that shit nearly crippled me. Crippled, man. Yes, that taste. Natalie said she knows that taste. Girl, you get that sweetness off the cereal and you're like, mm. And you just want to even pour. The best part of eating cereal is like you finish your cereal and then you have all this milk and you're like, you know what? Let me just pour a little bit more cereal in the bowl.
And I definitely did that today too. Am I still
I
supporting
didn't,
you
and
enjoying
I
your
didn't.
cereal? I am. Poured a little bit more and getting the rest of that out. And it is a difference. It is a difference. But
It's
again,
different.
my mind is open. I'm
Yeah.
optimistic of different experiences because I know it's not
hmm
going to make me wake up in the middle of the night, debilitating pain, don't know what to do, trying to figure out if something need to pass through or not. Like, who wants to be woken up in the middle of the night? Like that's just not, you don't
The
deserve
world.
that, Shereen. I don't know what you need to. I understand the cereal tastes good and you can turn it up. There's other things you can turn that bowl up to.
I could
I
just
don't know
leave it
what
alone because I could just leave it alone because
I think you could. I think you could. What's up,
nobody
Reset
needs to be
Renee?
woken out of their sleep, and nobody needs to be. The worst feeling is sitting there going, "I will not throw up." Because if I throw up, I don't just throw up the
And
cereal.
not even just throwing up. When
I throw up everything.
that pain in your stomach, you don't know how it's about to come out the other way. Like, is
But
this about to be
oh,
something that just passes, or is this something that's just about to come and just keep coming and not stopping? And you got to hit that bathroom like it
top and
ain't
bottom,
nothing. But
I was in the bathroom like this. I will not. I will not. But for me, it's the vomiting. It's because you bring up then the bile as well, and that burns, right?
I
And
got
then if I
you.
ate anything else, everything comes up.
Yeah, I'm not
Man,
with that. I'm with that. I'm glad you stay away from it. That, like, you just have to
yeah.
know your boundaries when it comes to the cereal and the almond milk. I'm not really on it like that as much
Mhm.
now. If I make it at home, and I think that's
Mm.
been the biggest thing for me, is making milk at home and then just simplifying it. If you're someone who doesn't like the grittiness, then you might not want to make your own milk at home, or you might want to filter it and go through a nut bag. If I'm eating cereal, I'm already going to be chewing something. I don't have a problem with that. If I'm getting a smoothie, I don't mind the thickness because I'm not about to be adding like protein powder into it.
Mhm.
So being able to have like soaked almonds or soaked oats, that's been good. Like, just making milk at home has been good. Throwing dates, some vanilla, some cinnamon, and filtered water and having that soaked up,
Mm.
girl. Making the milk at home, I'd be just fine. I even turn it up by myself, straight out of the container, depending on how, me or my mom make the nut milk at home. But it's good. But if I'm not making nut milk, crack that can open a coconut milk and pour it in there and keep it moving.
Even you
So,
making it home is inspiring. But for me,
girl, it's like a blender. You just blend it. Like, ain't nobody I'm not about to get the nut milk bag out or nothing like that. I do not like to stay in the kitchen 30 minutes and I gotta be out of there.
oh, no, no. For one, I have a anaphylactic allergies in my household, so there's no nuts coming in. But I will just buy the coconut milk. I'm not taking it from a can or anything. I'm taking the coconut milk, or because I cook with a lot of coconut milk as well. Caribbean people throw coconut milk into everything. It actually helps
And
with the
cream.
right. Well,
I'm trying to make that
the
cheese
coconut
sauce.
cream
Make that cheese
exactly, or
sauce.
the that actually helps. They put it in rice, and it actually helps with the coating
Oh,
of the
you
rice to
can put
help
that
it
in your
digest.
quinoa too. Put that in your
I've yet
quinoa
to
and that's
make
good
I've
too.
yet to make quinoa. I've been on these quinoa salads. I've yet
You
to
have
make it.
been, but put some coconut milk
Coconut.
or cream in your
Mhm.
quinoa. That
I
can
don't know,
change the
that's
game a little bit to you too, especially when you Caribbean and you know how that stuff kind of make it do
girl,
what it do.
that quinoa salad has already been doing what it does. And
And
I'm
that's a
like,
good
I wouldn't
thing.
even wanna add coconut.
That's a good
I'd be so
thing.
scared.
Let it. Oh my gosh! Don't be scared of your body getting its cleanse on and doing what it needs to do.
I mean, if I'm
But
home all day or I'm in one spot,
I'm not about to
otherwise
do this
there's
with
no
you.
running.
I'm not about to do this with you. Y'all, again, it's your
Right.
healthy habits and lifestyle coach, Giovanni, and I help those with endometriosis and polycystic ovary syndrome reduce chronic pain, eliminate stress, and minimize irregular or heavy periods. How? Through holistic coaching. I'm also the host of the Empire Plates, Empire Lives podcast on all
Mhm.
podcast distribution platforms. Just type in
Mhm.
Empire Plates, Empire Lives, and you will find my podcast. In addition to that, on Tuesday, I got the Nourish and Flourish Nourish and Flourish Vibes Mukbang podcast with
Mhm.
me and my mama. And we come up there and we just show you how healthy living
Right?
and healthy eating is good for
You wanna watch
you.
those mukbangs.
It's the number one mukbang on the planet for
Tell them.
healthy living and healthy eating, baby. Make
Mhm.
sure you subscribe to the 4 Vibrations 2347. Hit the notification bell so you always know when we are getting those vibes flowing. And if you need a healthy habits and lifestyle coach, you don't know where to go, where to get this thing started on this lifestyle, it's the link in the description of the video. Tap in, fill out the application. Let's bye, baby. Go ahead, Shireen.
Alright, girl. I don't even know how to follow that sometimes. Imma just say, um, I am the founder of blackprint.com. You want to check out the site. We have health and beauty products, as we talked about herbal teas. We have herbal teas for different ailments within the body, just natural, gentle teas that your body can adjust to and can kind of help relieve some of those pain, those symptoms that you are experiencing. As well, I am the host of our podcast, Voices and Vibes with a Z. Check that out this week. We finally released an episode. We finally released an episode. I think that was supposed to be my wellness word.
That was
So even. I think that was supposed to be my wellness win. But this week, Giovanni just talked about mukbangs. And I just want to say before I go into mine, you got to check out her mukbang titles. Listen to me. You need to go check out her mukbang. But this week, we released an episode for the first time this year. And we met with 54 Gold Tours, and they traveled back to Ghana. And this is the second time, the second tour they did. But this time, the host cooked for me. So we are enjoying original, authentic Ghanaian meal. And you can hear us going through what is what. It was delicious. Delicious. So you will see us sitting at the table. Check out that episode as well. You know, I am the owner of Perspective Studio Productions. So if you're looking to be creative or you want to learn more about podcasting, you have a message that you want to get out there. People will listen to you, baby. People will listen. You're here listening to us. And we are dropping next month some not podcast coaching, podcast 101 um, training. So if you want to know how do I get started, what can I do? If you're local, you can pass by and we may just do some virtual ones as well. So that's what we're doing, baby. That's what we're doing. That's it, girl. That's all I got. Oh,
you did
wait.
good.
Ready to wrap it up? Or do you have something else?
What are we wrapping? Nuts? Because I told you about that collard green wrap that I had with that
Did it have
chipotle
nuts in it?
walnut meat.
Did it have nuts
It
in
had
it?
the chipotle walnut meat in it and bell peppers. Girl, so when you talking wraps, you got to tell me what we wrapping. Because the other week, it wasn't the walnuts, it was the pecan meat or the
Are those the
pecan
kind
meat.
of nuts that
And
I
those
want?
were the
Are
soap
those the kind of
nuts
nuts that
that
I
we
want
wrapped.
that people
You
want?
should, I think
They
they
do.
need it. They
They need
need
those
it for the
nuts.
nutritional benefits. They
You
need
need
those
those nuts.
soap nuts. So if you wrapping stuff around here, need to be those soap nuts and some good veggies to get in that high nutrients. But go ahead and wrap us up
I just
with the
wanted to ask.
closing.
I wanted to ask, but I didn't know. I hope this is a PG. I think it's PG. I just want to ask people what kind of nuts you have in your mouth because you need to go check out Giovanni's mukbang. She be telling you all kinds of nuts that you need to be eating.
The
But
eating
try to
and
keep PG.
swallowing. You definitely need
Hmm.
to get those nuts in your mouth so
Hmm.
you can get all of the nutritional benefits that you deserve.
These are not my
You need
innuendos.
them.
These are not my innuendos.
You need
But
them.
I'm gonna say there's two things that came out.
Uh-oh.
One, it is okay to see a therapist. Nothing we really talked about today, but it is wellness. We do talk wellness. So if you do need to see someone, remember your friends and your family are not your therapists. So they may not be able to relate or have all the solutions or the answers, or sometimes they may not be able to handle all of the conversation. So, there's nothing wrong with seeking professional help just to get it out, right? There's tons of directories out there. And if you have questions, feel free to DM either one of us and we'll see what resources we can help share with you. But it is okay to see a therapist. I have personally seen a therapist and it was the best. She was great. She was Trinidadian, a woman. I said she, a black woman. It was what I needed. So she could resonate when I was speaking to her. Um, and so I could feel comfortable as well because sometimes culturally you want someone that can hear you, right? But if you're going through things and you're not certain, somebody might need to hear this. It's okay to see a therapist. Now wrap this
I
one up
agree with
for
that.
us.
I love
Sorry.
that. And
Okay.
so, in regards to seeing a therapist,
Mhm.
on the Empowered Plates and Power Lives podcast, we had the mental health homegirl. Go check out that episode. And if you vibe with her, I would
Mhm.
definitely suggest you reaching out and checking out her in regards to getting a professional therapist if you don't know where to start. But you got to
Yeah.
find a therapist that works for you. She talked about that.
Mhm.
Her first therapist wasn't somebody she really vibed for, and she
Mm.
still gave it another shot. And the therapist has a therapist, so it's good to
Yeah.
have a therapist. The big point that I want to emphasize with having a therapist is your therapist is there to help you with your past and being able to really help you with your traumas and your triggers. And so when you
Mhm.
are unable to really address and process and get the coping skills of what has happened
Mhm.
before in your past, it
Or
makes it harder
currently,
for
or
you,
currently.
or currently, it makes it harder for you to be able to move forward. And so while I might have my life coaching certification, I can help pour into you. Therapy and life coaching are totally separate. Life coaching is helping you to move forward to the life that you know you deserve and want to live. Your therapy is helping you with stuff that happened in the past or currently going on right now with your life struggles that you have to figure out how to cope and get those coping skills and resilience building so you can
Yeah.
move forward because you deserve to move forward and you don't deserve to stay stuck. And kind of talking about what we talked about with Shakia with the weight loss, getting rid of that weight, not necessarily unnecessarily the pounds physically, but the
Mhm.
weight of life happening that you're consistently carrying because you haven't been able to let go and you haven't learned how to let go and
Or
leave
move forward. Or move
to
forward.
be able to move forward.
Yeah.
So get you a therapist. Um, there's too many black women therapists that are very influential and very good at what they do, and they want to help other black women like you. So there's a meaning why representation matters. So find you somebody to help you get to the best you that you deserve to be. So I just want to say that in regards to therapy. Next card, Shireen.
Let's do it. This one is called Feel. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to feel your feelings.
Mm,
Allow yourself to feel your feelings. So don't let anybody gaslight you in how you feel. You understand your feelings. Your feelings are valid. Allow yourself to feel what you feel. That's all I got.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
When you're able to honor yourself and
Mm-hmm.
feel your feelings, you're able to see yourself for who you truly are and love yourself a little bit more about that, more in more ways. And so when there's someone who's not aligning, understanding, or even being able to empathize or sympathize with you and your feelings, that is showing, yes, yourself showing you who's not worthy of that space that you're in right now. And so you
Mm-hmm.
need to do everything you can to protect you, because when you're in the
Absolutely.
feeling of feelings, that's a vulnerable state. And when you're vulnerable, it matters who's around you in your environment. So when they're not feeling your feelings, it's your responsibility to retreat back. It's your responsibility to go and restore, get your rest, and really figure out why do you have the feelings that you have. Dig deep for you because you need it for you. We talked about inspiration. It starts on the end. Do your inner work. Don't expect
Mm-hmm.
anyone on the outside of you to help you deal with the inner you. You
Things
got
that
to do
are
that.
within you. Mm-hmm.
You got to do that. So feel those feelings. They are real, they are valid, but you know what you need to do with them. Honor them first so you honor you and keep
Yeah.
loving you. You deserve the love that you want and the love that you give to you first.
Yeah. And
What you got?
sometimes I was gonna say sometimes it just helps if you identify your root cause of what you of try to identify the root cause of what you're feeling. And I actually think that these two cards go hand in hand. They might not always go hand in hand, but clearly they came out for somebody. So Allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, but if you can identify the root cause, maybe that's where the therapist comes into play, right? And just so everybody knows,
Agreed.
these cards are actually from a black therapist. The cards that we always end the show with, they're called afterthoughts. They're mini meditations for the end of each day. But she is a psychotherapist, a black woman psychotherapist in Canada, and actually, she's always in the States as well. She's all over the place. She's like on multiple shows in Canada and in the US. So I actually feel that these came out for somebody that needed to hear it today, but they may actually go hand in hand for whoever needs them. So, you know,
And if you don't need it today, it's a reminder for what you might need in the future. And
or
so
if you know
I
someone
love
that
that.
might, somebody else that might need it.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Ourselves included. And I see my big cuz Tamisha said, let go and let God or whoever you may pray to. And I just want to say in regards to that comment, if you don't let it go, it's going to be stored inside of your body. And that type of energy in your
Will
body does
persist.
it works havoc. And that's sometimes what leads to fibroids, it leads to cysts, it leads to all kind of issues because stress is a big part of your health. So when you
Mhm.
don't let go, literally, it's not move on from a situation and not talk about it. It's when you don't literally let that thing go and have peace with it no longer serving you in your life and taking it away, like it's going to find a way to get into your body and start doing things you don't want it to do because you won't let it really go. So do the
Yeah.
work, get the therapist, get the life coach, do the work to learn how to truly let go because it's not as easy as we're saying it right now, but it
Mhm.
is possible. And if you don't let it go, then that is what's going to cause you more issues in your life. And you don't deserve that. You don't deserve it at all.
What I want to add to that is this is interesting how this kind of came up, but um you cannot control what other people do. The only thing you can control is yourself. So you know it doesn't make sense to have expectations on other people. Sometimes we project the expectations that we have on other people, right? But people will be people, they'll do what they do. So the only thing you can do is um work on how you react if you choose to react, and even if that means doing nothing, even if that means taking a break or taking a step back, however you react, right? And maybe somebody needs help with that. And that's where you can feel what you feel, but then seek coping mechanisms, right? But you can only control yourself, right? And so it helps not to have that expectation on somebody else, even even if it seems like it makes sense. Like they should just be doing that. What they're doing doesn't make any sense. And if they just did this, this would make any sense, right? Like you can only control.
Ultimately, when I got out of that, Shireen, is choose
Mhm.
you. Choose
Mhm.
you. Choose
Mhm.
you in every decision that you make. Choose you. So when you're
Yeah.
thinking about making a certain decision or you're thinking about how you're going to move forward on something, think, is this choosing me? Is this
Mhm.
for my good? How do I choose me? So I would definitely say choose you.
Even
Choose
when
you.
it's even when it's not easy, because
Mm,
sometimes you I love them. They're my friends. They're my family. They're my partner. So sometimes it's not easy to choose yourself. You can find yourself in situations and um, you kind of hurting yourself, right? And as Giovanni said, your body will react. So here you're hurting
and
yourself.
respond.
Yeah, you are thinking about it, and now your body's internalizing that energy, and now your body's showing up. That's the response, doing different things, right? So choosing yourself might not be that easy, but if you just take a little bit of time and realize sometimes you got to be selfish, and selfish does not have to mean something negative. um, Go ahead and choose yourself. And I just want to say, like, it's interesting that this is how this is ending, because it wasn't really a part of our conversation, but I do believe that everything happens for a reason, and the topic came up for a reason for somebody. So I hope you find the healing that you need, um, and you just
That
love
you
yourself
deserve.
that you deserve, but you love yourself a little bit more.
Agreed.
Hmm. Yeah.
Wholeheartedly. And in regards to the comment, what's in front of you is your future, and your future is more valuable than your past because your past was
Mhm.
already experienced. So
Mhm.
go towards your future self. But
Mhm.
most importantly, don't forget about your present self because it's in the present that you
Mhm.
have the most power. So stay
Absolutely.
powerful. And
Big tune, big message. Big messages.
And again,
Big
that is
message.
Shereen Simon in Perspective Studios, where she is
No,
learning
that's not
how
me.
to
That
get
was
all of her
yes, yes. This is live and
gadgets. And
direct.
this week she can hear. Last week I had to tell her what all she was playing on the ends of those sounds. I know you got you, Shereen. I know you got you. But man, y'all, we love you.
People love them. You do your
We
thing.
love you. We thank you. Most importantly, we appreciate y'all for coming and vibing with us. Thank you
Absolutely.
for
Have a
supporting us.
wonderful
Thank you
night.
for coming back every week. But,
See you
you
next
know,
week.
we will
We will
see
see
you
you next week.
next week. Y'all, and come back with your wellness win. And remember, you deserve the life that you deserve and you see for yourself. So keep choosing you and go love you. And loving you is in every decision that you make. Thanks for vibing with us, y'all.
Bye, everyone.